Alrighty, y'all, what's going on, Taurus? It's the Lucky Libra, and it's time to get into our reading for the new moon, the new solar eclipse moon in Gemini. Okay, so let's get right into it. So, Taurus, for the majority of Gemini season, man, listen, you guys, first of all, y'all been running into a bunch of new information when it comes to your value system, aka the people, places, and things that you value, forms of stability, and what you may look at as security. I also, jotted down here, evolving your security system. Now, this is something that you was pretty much learning during Gemini season. Everybody under Gemini season is getting an influence of new information, new critical analysis, or especially on the emphasis of relationships. For you, Taurus, you're already dealing with forms of stability or Earth being grounded, being stable, and this season showed you was placed in many circumstances for people to, reaffirm why, your game is slow and steady. You may have ran into a lot of circumstances where you realize, you're a loyal friend, you're a devoted friend, you're a reliable friend, but your reliability is at the cost of dealing with unstable, what can be reckless situations, depending on who we talking about, Taurus. So this season, you was putting a lot of your friendships under a different critical eye, because you're trying to see how to readjust people, how to readjust your relationships. You may have even felt like your surroundings is throwing off your form of stability, okay? You may have felt like you was watching other people make mistakes to help you look at that as a gem to prevent yourself from dealing with any unstable situations as well, okay? You're right next door to Gemini. So with that energy going on, right next door to you, once again, you're seeing things other people don't see like that, okay? From a different perspective, from a perspective where you could see things and catch them ahead of time and be able to adjust, all right? So when it comes to business, when we're looking at business, when we talking about career right now, Taurus, you've been real critical of yourself during career right now, during certain projects and things that you're working on, and the things that you're being a heavy critique on. You have to make sure that these things are getting accounted for, moving after this new moon, because the influence of the things that you've been picking up detail of on what needs to be fixed with what you're doing with career wise, or if you guys are in a position right now where you don't really like your career circumstances and you trying to strategize a plan to navigate transition into something else right now, all right, or you want to move up in your company right now, you're frustrated because you've been at a certain place for a minute right now. All the things that you've been thinking heavy on of how you could utilize what you value, or creative attribute, a different way of doing business, this whole season, that's been under a critical analysis, whether people been on critiquing you about what you're working on, Taurus, or you've been heavy in self-reflection, understanding that you could do things differently. Or when it comes to your business, you can tweak something to potentially get more sales, connect to more people. And when I write down evolving your security system, depending on what you've experienced this Gemini season, you've learned a lot about the people. Once again, the reliability that's going to be reciprocated in some of your relationships, friendships, friends that you got a little too reckless, chaotic, that throw you off whack, Taurus, reminding you why you need to jump back into your slow and steady game, because you may have participated in so much Gemini situations to the point, you feeling out of touch with the present. You feeling out of touch with some responsibilities and priorities, and you don't like feeling like that. So for the most part, evolving your security system, looking at the things that do play out as security, and understanding, is this something that you're being complacent with? Your friends, relationships, huge emphasis for a lot of us. So when it comes to your relationship, Taurus, you being next door, there may have been certain things that your partner, certain habits you've been letting your partner rock for a little bit, and during this season, you felt like you had to nip that in the bud this season, Taurus, especially because you started seeing that you may have been letting this habit rock for a little bit, and now that all these energies are next door in Gemini, it starts to come off as if you're able to analyze more outcomes of what could happen if you let these things drag. So you had to have these talks with your significant other and whatnot. Once again, to feel back stable. Once again, to refine your security system, because we know security, making sure things are secure and stable, that's a big thing for y'all Tauruses. So that's very important to understand. Don't have people this season. Don't move into this new cycle in the new moon and not keep an emphasis on why you stay in the present, Taurus, on why slow and steady is your game, on why you make sure you get a one-up on all the people you dealing with in a situation, and seeing how much substance, how stable, how resourceful, how dependable others are, because you know you bring that energy to the table. This energy is here for you to refine that, to make sure understand who's deserving coming to this table to sit down with you, all right? Making your relationships and the things that you're working on more stable right now, Taurus, all right? But besides that, that's what we want to keep in mind. You got some real positive energies hitting you with Jupiter and Neptune sextiling you in Taurus, in Pisces as well. So Taurus, a lot of people have been trying to enlighten you on new ways to deal with your business as well. A lot of people have been trying to give you the positive outlook on things that you may not have at a positive outlook of yourself. New Moon wants you to emphasize them things, bring them into the new cycle. We don't want to bring no situations of feeling unscattered, unstable into this new energies, when we know there's other plans, there's other resources and other forms of information to be exercised. All right, Taurus, we make sure we take care of that. We're gonna be all good after this new moon. All right, until next time, y'all. Peace.